Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be about part 2 of the wooden coaster tournament. If you haven't seen part 1, definitely go watch that first. But this is going to be part 2 of 3. In part 1, we went through round 1, and in part 2, we're going to go through round 2. And then part 3, we will finish it up. So, as I said in my earlier video, I took the best 16 wooden coasters ranked by golden ticket and I put them in a bracket and put them in head-to-head matchups to see which one will come on top. Last week we had some major upsets, so let's look at the major upsets we had from last week. Last week, the number 16 seed Wildfire defeated the number 1 seed Phoenix to move on to the second round, and the 8 seed Outlaw Run defeated Ravine Flyer 2, the 9 seed, to face Wildfire in the second round, which will happen very shortly today. And another upset was Gold Striker defeated the Beast. Gold Striker was the 12 seed and the Beast was the 5 seed. Gold Striker moved on to round 2. And Boulder Dash, the 4 seed, defeated Boulder, the 13 seed, and moved on to round 2 to face Gold Striker, which will be coming up very shortly. And the Voyage defeated Shivering Timbers. Lightning Rod defeated Mystic Timbers. No upsets there. And Toro defeated Lightning Racer, and Ghost Rider defeated Thunder. No upsets on that side of the bracket. So, round 2 is set in place, and now let's get into it. So in our first matchup, we will have Outlaw Run, the 8 seed, versus Wildfire, the 16 seed. Will Wildfire be able to come up with another upset? Let's find out. In terms of duration, Wildfire has a final duration of 1 minute and 5 seconds, while Outlaw Run has a duration of only 40 seconds. So I will be giving the point to Wildfire. In terms of speed, Wildfire goes 71 miles per hour, while Outlaw Run goes 65 miles per hour. So I'll be giving the point to Wildfire. In terms of height, Wildfire is 184 feet tall, and Outlaw Run is only 108 feet tall, so the point will go to Wildfire. In terms of smoothness, these rides are both very smooth, but I've heard Outlaw Run has one small little rough patch, so I will be giving the point to Wildfire. In terms of airtime, Outlaw Run is not strictly based on airtime, while Outlaw Run has some good airtime moments, but isn't strictly based on airtime either, but I feel like Outlaw Run has better airtime moments, so I will be giving the point to Outlaw Run. 4-1 here. In terms of drop, both of these rides have similar drops, but I will be giving the point to Wildfire just because it is bigger and a little bit steeper. So Wildfire is up 5-1 here. In terms of pacing, Outlaw Run slows down a little bit at the top of that inversion, while Wildfire doesn't slow down throughout the 1 minute and 5 second course. So I will be giving the point to Wildfire. In terms of intensity, I was not able to get the exact amount of G-force on both of these rides, but I will be giving the point to Wildfire just because it looks like it's more intense than a ride like Outlaw Run. It looks like those tight turns are a lot more intense. So Wildfire is up 7-1. In terms of inversions, both of these rides have 3 inversions, so I'm going to be looking at which of these inversions are better, and I will be giving the point to Outlaw Run due to it has 2 back-to-back inversions, and then instead of a 0G stall, I forget what it's called, but it's like a quick 0G stall and then flips you. It's a really cool element. So that's why Outlaw Run will be getting the point here. In terms of view, Wildfire has one of the by far the greatest views on any coaster anywhere, so I'll be giving the point to Wildfire. And as you can see, Wildfire has beaten Outlaw Run 8-2 and forced a major upset and Wildfire is our winner. In our second matchup, we will be having the 4 seed Boulder Dash go against the 12 seed Gold Striker. Will Gold Striker be able to pull another upset out of their pocket? Or will Boulder Dash move on to the third round? So, in terms of duration, Boulder Dash has a final duration of 1 minute and 20 seconds, while Gold Striker has a duration of only 47 seconds. So the point will be going to Boulder Dash. In terms of speed, Boulder Dash has a speed of 60 miles per hour, while Gold Striker has a speed of only 54 miles per hour. So the point will be going to Boulder Dash. In terms of height, Gold Striker has a height of 108 feet, and Boulder Dash has a height of 107 feet, so the point will be going to Gold Striker. In terms of smoothness, Gold Striker is a newly built GCI, while Boulder Dash is a CCI, so obviously it will be going to Gold Striker. In terms of airtime, Boulder Dash's last lap is filled with airtime, and Gold Striker is mainly based on bank turns, so the point will be going to Boulder Dash. In terms of drop, Boulder Dash's drop goes through the woods, while Gold Striker's drop is through a tunnel. I will be giving this to Boulder Dash because of the feeling that you get when you fly through the woods. So Boulder Dash gets a point. Now, in terms of pacing, Boulder Dash slows down a little bit on the last lap, while Gold Striker doesn't slow down for the 47-second ride time. So I'll be giving the point to Gold Striker. In terms of intensity, Gold Striker is a GCI wooden coaster with lots of bank turns, while Boulder Dash does not have lots of bank turns and is focused more on airtime. So the intensity point will be going to Gold Striker. So now we have a tie here. And because neither of these coasters have inversions, I can't use that. And because neither of these coasters have theming, I cannot use that either. So the last category will come down to the view at the top of the coaster. And this will decide who will win and go on to the next round. So Gold Striker is a tunnel, and you don't get much of a view from the top. While Boulder Dash, you have a lot of trees in your way. But with Boulder Dash, you can see some other rides, and you get a good view of the surrounding area and a little bit of the lake. So I will be giving Boulder Dash the final point, and Boulder Dash has won this matchup. So now let's move on to our next matchup. So, in our third matchup, we will be having El Toro, the 3 seed, versus the 6 seed Ghost Rider. Let's see which of these coasters comes out on top. So in terms of duration, El Toro has a duration of 1 minute, while Ghost Rider has a duration of 1 minute and 40 seconds. So the point will obviously be going to Ghost Rider. Now, in terms of speed, El Toro goes 70 miles per hour, while Ghost Rider goes 56 miles per hour, so the point will be going to El Toro. In terms of height, El Toro is 181 feet tall, while Ghost Rider is only 118 feet tall, so the point will be going to El Toro. In terms of smoothness, Ghost Rider is a GCI, while El Toro is an intimate prefabricated wooden coaster. El Toro has a couple of rough spots, while Gold Striker does not have a couple of rough spots. So I will be giving the point to Gold Striker. And now we have a 2-2 tie here. Let's see what's going to happen. In terms of airtime, both of these rides are mainly based on airtime, but I will be giving the point to El Toro because it has some of the most insane airtime moments in the world. So El Toro will be getting the point here. So now, in terms of drop, El Toro has one of the most fantastic drops in the world, while Ghost Rider has a great drop, but is not as good as El Toro. So I will be giving El Toro another point. 4-2 El Toro, starting to break away here. In terms of pacing, El Toro never stops throughout the entire ride course, while Ghost Rider slows down a little bit on one of the turnarounds, so I will be giving the point to El Toro. And now, in terms of intensity, Ghost Rider has 4.2 Gs, while El Toro has 4.4 Gs, so I will be giving the point to El Toro. El Toro really starting to break away here. In terms of inversions, none of these rides have inversions, so that will not count. And now in terms of view from the top, El Toro has a great view of King Kat and Bizarro, while on Ghost Rider there is no view because it is a tunnel on the drop. So the point will be going to El Toro. And now, our last category, theming. Ghost Rider doesn't really have any theming, while El Toro has a whole plaza themed around it and a cool station, so I will be giving the point to El Toro. And as you can see, El Toro has won this matchup and is our winner, and we'll move on to round 3. So now let's get into our next matchup. In our fourth and final matchup of the day, we will have Voyage versus Lightning Rod. Let's see which one of these awesome roller coasters comes out on top. So, in terms of duration, Lightning Rod has a duration of 1 minute and 5 seconds, while the Voyage has a duration of 1 minute and 40 seconds, so obviously the Voyage will be getting the point here. In terms of speed, Lightning Rod goes 73 miles per hour, while the Voyage goes only 65 miles per hour. So Lightning Rod will be getting a point here. In terms of height, Lightning Rod is 207 feet tall, while the Voyage is 163 feet tall. So Lightning Rod will be getting the second point. And now, in terms of smoothness, the Voyage is a gravity group with a few small rough patches, while Lightning Rod is a rougher RMC, but it is still not as rough as the Voyage. So I'll be giving the point to Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod starting to break away here, 3-1. And now, in terms of airtime, Lightning Rod is not mainly focused on airtime, except for the quad down, which is 4 of the best airtime moments on any coaster anywhere. But the Voyage easily has more airtime and has more great airtime than Lightning Rod, so the Voyage will be getting a point. Voyage starting to catch up here. And now, in terms of drop, Lightning Rod has a drop that goes down and comes back up, so you gotta have a lot of speed going into it, and you get some great airtime. While the Voyage is a regular chain lift and just carries you over the drop barely. So Lightning Rod will be getting the point here. And now, in terms of pacing, the Voyage slows down when it hits those trim brakes, while Lightning Rod never slows down throughout any point of the entire ride. So the point will be going to Lightning Rod. 5-2 Lightning Rod here. And now, in terms of intensity, there's no known intensity for either of these rides, but I will be saying that Lightning Rod is more intense just because of the crazier elements it has. While Voyage looks like an intense ride, it does not look like as intense as Lightning Rod. So the point will be going to Lightning Rod. 6-2 Lightning Rod. In terms of inversions, neither of these rides have any, so that will not count. And in terms of view, the Voyage has a great view of some woods, but Lightning Rod has a great view of the rest of the layout and the woods too. So I will be giving the point to Lightning Rod. So now, in terms of theming, the Voyage has minimal theming, while Lightning Rod has a lot of theming about cars. So Lightning Rod will be getting the point. And as you can see, Lightning Rod has pulled off the upset against the 2-seed Voyage, and we'll move on to the semifinals. So now let's get into a recap, and I'll show you the bracket. So now, this is how the bracket looks now. As you can see, Wildfire has upset Outlaw Run and moved on to the semifinals. And Gold Striker versus Boulder Dash. Gold Striker was defeated, and Boulder Dash moved on to the next round, and we'll play Wildfire. And then Lightning Rod defeated the Voyage with a major upset there, and we'll move on to the semifinals to face Toro, who defeated Ghost Rider. So as you can see, Wildfire versus Boulder Dash and Voyage versus Toro. This will be the semifinals. Stay tuned. It will come out very soon. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.